Hey everybody,
Fat Refine's here.
we just got in the car. Laura just got off work. We are on our way to a preview for an online auction. So the house is local. We're just going to kind of walk through it.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah, we looked at the pictures online, but it's always better, they give you like a couple of hours where you can go in and look and put your hands on the stuff. So that's always good if you can.
Okay, cool. So we're going to go to the house. We're going to walk through. A lot of it looks kind of junky.
Yeah, it's going to be funny when we take the video because, a lot of it's pretty much junk.
So I think that we're hoping that a lot of people will see the junk and not bite and not want to bid on, the few things that are good in there. So we will walk through, we'll show you what we find, and let's go.
Let's go.
Hey guys, so, hi Nikki. So, we went in the house. I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, me too. I want that house, Mary Beth. What can you do about that?
The house was really cute. The pictures online made it look much junkier than it was. It wasn't really.
No, it really wasn't.
I mean, it was really dated, but it was like going into a time warp. So the stuff in there was really good. We wrote down the numbers of the auction items that we're interested in. So we will spend the weekend bidding and trying to see if we can get any of this stuff. So stay tuned. Okay, everybody. So we just got back from the pickup. So we bid on several things online and we went to pick them up and we've got a lot of stuff.
We got way more than I thought we did.
We got way more than I thought we would too. We have divided the house basically into 3 tiers. So the third tier is just the bottom of the barrel. It's like the worst stuff ever. So we'll just show you that very briefly. The second tier is decent, yard sale worthy stuff.
Right.
There's maybe a couple pretty good things in there, I guess.
Yeah. We'll have to look pretty hard for those couple things.
Yeah. The third tier, however, we found some really cool stuff.
Yes.
So on some of the auctions, we ended up bidding a little bit more probably than we should have. Somebody got competitive.
It was kind of your first time.
It was kind of, well, I mean, I had been on eBay stuff before, but this was different for some reason. If two people bid in like the last minute, they extended the time for you. So they extended it by another 5 minutes. And then if you bid in the last minute again, they would extend it. So there were like 100, 150 auctions, and they were all ending a minute apart.
Yes.
And so the reason they were doing that is to try to give you some time if you were trying to bid on something that was ending minute after minute.
Right.
I guess. But that just made me more mad. So I would think that I had something, and then they would extend it. And then somebody else would bid. And I was like, oh, there must be something really good in there. And so,
yeah, because, we went to the preview because we have footage of that.
Yeah.
And so we didn't climb up in the cabinet and look at it. And I'll look at the bottoms of stuff because I just thought, well, if we get that for a few dollars,
right,
there's surely something in there.
So what she's getting at is there was a cabinet. There was a cabinet in the kitchen with a bunch of glassware in it. And, Laura was like, let's bid a few dollars on that. And I did. And then somebody else would. And then we would. And to me, I'm thinking that person knows that there's something really good in there. And so I spent way more than I should have. We'll get into that later. But on a few things we overspent. On a few things we got really good deals. So
it all evens out. You have to take the average.
I guess that's true.
At an auction, you got to take the average.
Okay, so let's start at the bottom of the barrel and work our way up.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so here is our tier 3 merchandise. These are just some basic mugs. There's 16 of them. These are not anything that is very exciting at all. Laura and I are thinking about having a yard sale next weekend, so this is stuff that we'll probably put in the yard sale. If we don't get, a few cents for it or $1 for this stuff, we'll probably just donate it. What do you think, Laura?
Yeah, I agree. You might sell something like that little matching pair at the yard sale. That might sell. And there's a golf one back there behind. Somebody that loves golf. Somebody might pick that up at a yard sale for them. I don't think anybody would pay money and then the shipping on top of it for any of these. Yeah. That one says Grandpa. Hold that one up. That's kind of cute.
Is it?
Well,
is that cute?
That's so 80s, right? It's so vintage country 80s. And but I agree. Yard sale material all the way.
Okay. So again, bottom of the barrel. So let's move on up to tier 2. Are you comfortable? Okay. So we are calling this tier 2. I would say that 80 to 90% of this glassware and this stuff was in that cabinet deal as well. Wouldn't you, Laura?
Yes.
So yeah, it was a lot of stuff.
A couple of those things are what we thought that we were kind of bidding on. And when they came out of the cabinet, like the pottery looking one with the mountain scene, the landscape on the front. I love that one, but it's broken.
Oh, is it?
It's cracked on the inside.
Bummer.
And those two matching ones back there, I thought those were cool.
Yeah, they're not marked on the bottom, though.
Right. And that little picture, that's old and vintage, that green one.
Oh,
with
yeah.
The handle. But look, there's a big
oh, yeah,
boo-boo on the top. And so that's just what happens.
So yeah, again, we didn't really look at this stuff when we got it. We just kind of bid on it. And again, I got sucked into bidding.
What about that? I think we should, there's a couple things we could look up though, like that tile.
That bird?
Mm-hmm. It's a tile, a hand-painted tile.
It's a blackbird.
That seems interesting.
Look at him. What is that? So yeah, again, this is all probably going to be yard sale stuff. Do you think that any of this is eBay worthy?
Nothing's jumping out at me. I don't think so. The things that might have been have a little damage, and so therefore they aren't.
Okay. All right. So we will yard sale this stuff next weekend. We'll probably do a video at the yard sale.
The margarita glasses are cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They'll cost a lot to ship, so I'm not sure that they'd be good on eBay.
So those are handmade, and they're all just a little bit different. If you guys can see like the width and the height, and the, I guess, girth. Girth, is that the right word? So those are kind of unique. I mean, they're not probably super duper valuable, but
They're pretty.
yeah.
They'd be fun to use at a party.
So I'm thinking yard sale material on this stuff.
Yes.
So stay tuned for next week's video for the yard sale. Okay, so this is what I would call our tier 1, top of the line stuff that we got at the auction, right?
I definitely agree. This is it. This is good stuff.
Okay, so just so that you're aware, we were all in on everything that you've seen today, $150, correct?
Everything, yes.
Okay, so we spent big on 3 things. One of which is behind me, over my left shoulder. What would you call that, Laura? Is it knit?
The auction list says it's a knit picture or something like that, but I thought that was funny. But it's embroidery, it's handwork, and they call it crewel.
Zool?
No, crewel.
Like from Ghostbusters? Cruel. Like
Cruel.
Like you were cruel to me.
Yes, but you spell it like a jewel.
Oh.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, it's very pretty.
I love it. I'm in love with it. It's super retro, super boho, and like totally in style at the moment.
Okay. So Laura wanted that for herself. So I'm actually going to give that to her for Christmas because she wanted it really bad, but she didn't want to keep bidding on it. And I was like, well, God, we'll bid on it. We'll get it. I'll give it to you for Christmas. So that's for Laura.
I'm excited.
Good. The second thing that we spent the highest on was the cabinet deal that you've seen so much of. So, but I've got a deal for you.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to have a yard sale next weekend, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got it figured up that if I sell each thing from the cabinet deal for 34 cents each, I will have made my money back.
Hot dog.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So that's my goal. Maybe I can even sell it for 50 cents each and make a profit.
Yeah, let's round it up so we can just have to have quarters in the till. No pennies.
So that was all me for being competitive. So the cabinet deal was a bust, but you know.
Well, the few things that we started out to bid on were broken, which we didn't know. And there's a couple things on this table that'll bring more than the 34 cents, maybe.
Yeah. And
then the rest is yard sale.
So the one thing that we spent the most on, and let me make sure I tell you this correctly, we spent $48 on one item on this table, which we'll talk about that last. And I know that sounds insane, but we looked it up online before we started bidding on it, and I think that it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, I think we're going to do okay on that.
Okay, so we'll talk about that last. So yeah, good deal. Okay, so before we get started on talking about what else we got at the auction, we did get one more thing for Laura because she really wanted it. And it's these green plates at the front of the table. So it's a set of, is it 6?
Yes.
6 mugs and 6 plates.
Mm-hmm.
So those are not vintage. Those are actually from Bath & Body Works, but she just wanted those for the holidays coming up.
They're super cute. They say made in Italy at on the bottom, but it's like a special or something. But they were so cute. They'll be cute in my big hutch in my living room.
Yeah, and they've got little reindeer and trees on them, so those will be really cute for the holidays.
I like them.
Awesome. Okay, so just a few other things. If we talk about everything in depth on this table, this video will be hours long, so we'll just try to trudge through it. One thing that I think is really cool are these little barware glasses. So they're like multicolored. You want to hold up a couple? I'll show close-ups of all this stuff.
There's 3 different sizes.
Yeah, these little ones. What did you call these, Laura?
They're like little miniature brandy snifters. They're my favorite because there's 8 and each one is a different color.
Yeah.
So cute.
I like the word snifter.
You had never heard that before.
No, I hadn't.
All right. So, you can find huge brandy snifters. I don't know. I've just never seen these little shot glass size ones like that. And maybe somebody out there can tell us exactly what they are.
If you know how we can look these up online to find out more about them or what style these are, please comment below and let us know so that we can look these up. I think they're very cute. We may not get much out of them, but I love them.
I do too. And see, like this, I don't know. That almost looks like the Vaseline glass, you know, that glows under black light. If we had a black light, I guess we could find that out.
Vaseline, what?
Glass. It's cool. We'll do that sometime on a video. We'll find, as soon as we find us a couple of good pieces, we'll buy a black light and I'll show you how it works.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Okay, so a couple other things real quick. We have this little green pig planter. He's really cute. I'm gonna hold this up because I think it's hidden. This little boomerang shaped vintage ashtray. It's marked Hager on the bottom. I think that's really cute. Here, I'm gonna let you put that back.
Hager is a super good mid-century pottery brand.
Yeah. I really like the shape of that. I think it's really cute.
I think it's cute.
Okay, so we've got a couple blue mugs over here that say England on the bottom.
Those came out of your cabinet.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. My saving grace, maybe. We've got this little wooden snack tray. It's very vintage, very retro, very cute. We'll open that up in a close-up and show you how that works. How about this otagiri?
Yes, I spotted that from a mile away. You can, it's pretty, once you know what it is, then you can really tell almost instantly that it's otagiri. And one way is it has the stickers on the bottom, but a lot of times those are gone. As you can imagine, they fall off, you know, or whatever. But the speckled stoneware is kind of their trademark, you know, design of theirs. And it's all hand painted, and if you run your hand across it, you can feel it, and it's always raised like that. They use enough paint that it's raised up off of the surface.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so this is super trendy right now, and in demand. So when we looked at them online, I thought these were regular mugs. They're actually big soup mugs. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I like those, and I mean, I would expect those to bring $15 or $20.
Great.
And then these are like, I guess you call them goblets. And I think that originally they came with a carafe, but maybe somebody's going to finish out a set or something like that. You know, you've got broken ones to replace or something. So these are probably worth $10 a piece. There's 2 of these that match. And then there's a third one.
Cool.
Yeah, that one's cool too. He's a little bit different.
Awesome. Okay, so we've also got these little green goblets over there. 8 of them? 6 of them? 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So those aren't anything super special, but I mean, they're retro. I like them.
I think they're pretty. They catch the light pretty.
Yeah, very cool. We've got this little cheese tray here. So does the bowl in the front, does it match this? Do they go together?
I think so. I think they were made from the same place. That one's not marked, but the other one's marked Los Angeles Pottery, USA. And when you look up comps on those, they go $15, $20.
Okay. So this one was the cheese and that one was the bread basket. Very cool. Also in front of this little wooden tray, we've got a couple other little wooden things. There's a little plate with a deer painted on it. There are some trivets here that are shaped like fish. And there's another little wooden tray with, I don't know, it's like a little red insert in the middle. Do you know what that's for?
I don't know what that's for. It looks like it's, I bet it was just some sort of snack set or something.
So that one actually is marked on the bottom. So I'm going to look that one up and see if I can find out more about it.
Cool.
Okay, so...
Oh, and there's 3 mugs that came out of your cabinet.
Yeah, those 3 mugs also came out of the cabinet. I thought they were kind of painted up kind of cute and retro, so I put them on the tier 1 table. I thought they stood out a little bit more than the glassware over there. Okay, so we're down to the 2 best things. We've saved the best for last.
Yes.
So Laura, why don't you talk about this first?
Okay, so all of you guys probably know, most of you know, you can spot this from a mile away as well. It's Wedgwood. The blue always makes me want to say Jasperware right off the bat, but this is not. This is Queensware, but it's marked really good. We'll show you a close-up of the mark and everything on the bottom. We'll insert it here. But I looked it up, and they are listed. There's 2 listed on eBay. There's a little ram's head detail here. I don't see any chips or cracks. There's one listed for $129 and one listed for $99. So, I mean, I would expect us to get, I'll be conservative. I would expect us to get $75 for that.
Awesome. And we were all in on that bowl, $8.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Here's
like
where
it.
your averaging comes in.
Yeah. I'll go for the averaging after making my review. Okay, so we're down to the last one, right?
Right.
Okay, so if you haven't guessed already, the item that we spent the most on, and just to be sure again, we did spend $48 on this vintage coffee pitcher. Coffee pitcher? Coffee pot?
Coffee pot.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it different than a pitcher?
Well, typically a pitcher doesn't have a lid.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's got a lid, it's a pot. It's a coffee pot if it's tall. It's a teapot if it's squatty.
So why isn't that a teapot?
I don't know.
Is it too tall?
Too tall. Takes too much tea.
So coffee pots, excuse me. Coffee, I'll keep wanting to say pitcher. Coffee pots are tall and teapots are short?
I think so.
Are you making this up?
No. Maybe. I've never had to think about it so hard before.
So yeah, we're gonna call this a coffee pot.
I was reading a description online and someone had listed just the lid. I guess it's a very fragile. See how tiny it is?
Yeah.
And they called that
Don't touch it.
They called that a DQ ice cream swirl on the top.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is that technical? Is that a technical term?
Yeah, I doubt it. But like I've seen one listed on there without the lid or the lid by itself. So, I mean, I really think that these are rare. This one, the pattern's Capistrano. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
This basket weave and everything. But there's 2 or 3 other colorways of that. So one's pink spice. And I forgot what the other one's called. That's more natural color.
Okay.
But I think I saw the pink spice one sell for like $250.
Wow.
And this one is we found online, right?
Yeah. So we did not start bidding on this before we looked it up because we wanted to know how much to bid on it. And we found one on, was it replacements.com?
Mm-hmm.
And how much did that go for?
$179.
$179. So we felt pretty confident in our spending of this item that we would most definitely more than double our money.
Yeah, there's not one listed on eBay. Sometimes that's a bad thing. In this case, I think it's a good thing. I just think they're hard to find.
Okay. So yeah, overall, again, we were all in at $150. Some of that was stuff for Laura. Some of that was the cabinet deal. I'm gonna make that money back in the yard sale.
I can't wait.
So yeah, I think we had a good time. I really feel good about pretty much everything on this table.
Yes. Yeah, I think that, our 2 main pieces, that's going to be fun to see those sell.
Yeah.
The rest of them is, eBay's always hit and miss.
Sure it is. But yeah, again, I'm looking forward to the comments to have somebody tell us what these glasses are, like what the style is called, and if we can maybe see if we can find something comparable online.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to thank you for watching this video. Thanks for coming along with us on this auction adventure. We had a lot of fun. Make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And stay tuned to see what Fat Bird finds next. See you next time.